Precious swore she would never be one of those girls, the kind who sleeps with married men for money, the kind who waited in hotel lobbies for married men who took off their rings before they arrived. In her second year of Polytechnic, she still believed she was different. Her life moved in straight lines. She attended every lecture. While other girls were asking men for money, Precious depended on her part time job at a small printing shop. After work, back to her one room apartment where the ceiling fan squeaked and her neighbors kept her up at night. She believed goodness was a kind of shield. If you lived right, life would meet you gently. Then her father fell sick. Not malaria, not the kind you treat and laugh about later. The sickness came with long test results, quiet doctors, and sentences that began with, "If we start treatment early." The bill they gave her mother was more money than her family had ever seen in one place. Her mother called from the village, crying into the phone. "Your father needs this treatment, my daughter. I don't know how we will do it, but we must try." Precious stared at the numbers like she was writing a math exam. Her printing shop salary couldn't cover a week of drugs. Her savings were already marked for school fees. That evening, as she sat outside the compound with her head in her hands, Cynthia, her neighbor, always smelling expensive, never repeating wigs, sat beside her. "Babe," Cynthia said gently, "you can't do this alone." Watching Precious sitting head down in sadness. Precious knew how Cynthia was getting her money, and it wasn't a risk she was willing to take. Precious told herself she wasn't listening. She won't go out with a married man for money. Cynthia spoke carefully, like someone offering water to a burning house. "All this thinking won't help you," she said. "You need help, real help." Precious shook her head before the words fully landed. "I'm not doing runs." Cynthia laughed softly. "Who said anything about runs? I'm talking about connection. There's this man, Mr. Austin. He's married, yes, but he's generous. He likes serious girls, girls with sense." "He is married," Precious repeated, as if saying it twice would end the conversation. Cynthia waved it away. "Married men are the ones with money. Single boys will drain you and have nothing to offer. Just meet him, talk, that's all." Precious sighed. That night, her mother called again. The doctor was asking when they would pay. Her father's coughing cracked through the phone, dry and weak. By the next evening, she was sitting across from Mr. Austin in a quiet restaurant, the kind of place that softened hard decisions. He was in his 40s, well fed by comfort, calm in a way that felt experienced, like this wasn't his first time. A gold ring rested on his finger, catching the light every time he moved his hand. He listened while she spoke about her father, her school, and her job. When she finished, he didn't rush, didn't touch her, didn't mention his wife. "I can help you," he said at last, sliding an envelope across the table. "You're a good girl. You don't deserve to suffer. I don't want anything you're not ready to give." Precious hesitated, then she thought of hospital unpaid bills. Her fingers closed around the envelope. He sent more to her account the next morning. The hospital called before noon. Her father was admitted and getting treatment. Her mother cried again, but this time from relief. That was how it started. At first, they only met for lunch. Then it became, "Let me drop you at home." The first time he touched her, she didn't cry because it hurt. She cried because it didn't feel like love. It felt like a transaction she had already signed. That night, she told herself it was temporary, just until her father got better, just until things stabilized. But deep down, a quiet fear settled in her chest. When help comes this easily, it's never free. By the time Precious realized she was dating a married man, it was already visible. He gave her money to go shopping for new clothes, and her phone was upgraded. School fees were handled in one transfer, no explanations needed. Cynthia started calling her Madame Precious, half joke, half envy. She laughed with her, but sometimes the guilt pressed on her chest until sleep came late. Then came the message. One quiet night, while Austin was in the bathroom, his phone buzzed on the bed. Precious glanced without thinking. "Wifey." Her heart stopped. The message was short. "Austin, I know about your Polytechnic girlfriend. Let's talk when you get home." When he returned, she was shaking. "Your wife," she began. Austin snatched the phone, read the message, and sighed. Relax, he said calmly. She likes drama. We've had fights like this before. It will blow over. Does she know who I am? She knows enough, he replied quietly. But don't worry, she won't touch you. She knows her place. 2 days later, Precious received a WhatsApp message from an unknown number. Your name is Precious. You study printing technology. You live in Grace Lodge, room 4. Leave my husband alone. Her hand shook as she blocked the number. She wanted to end it with Austin. She even typed the message. Thank you for everything, but I can't do this anymore. Please, let's stop. But before she could send it, her mother called from the village. The treatment was working. Her father was eating again. They just needed one more round of drugs before discharge. God will bless whoever is helping you, her mother said through tears. You have saved your father's life. Precious deleted the unsent message. The next warning didn't come as a text. A black car slowed beside her after lectures. The window rolled down. A woman in a crisp white blazer and short hair with designer glasses. Precious? She asked. Her legs forgot how to move. Yes? I'm Mrs. Austin, the woman said calmly. Get in. We need to talk. Precious couldn't believe she was looking at the wife of the man she is sleeping with for money. She shook her head. I'm fine here, ma. Mrs. Austin smiled a soft smile. I know about your father. I know about the hospital bills. I know about the money. You either get in the car and we talk like human beings, or we keep doing this on the road where your classmates can see. Choose. Shame pushed her into the car. They drove to a quiet street and parked. Mrs. Austin turned off the engine and finally looked at her. I won't shout, she said. I won't fight you. I just want you to understand. Her voice was calm, tired, dangerous in its steadiness. You are not the first, she continued, and you will not be the last. He likes girls who still believe in goodness, girls who think they're different. She leaned forward slightly. But I am the one who built the life he's using to impress you. Then she told her stories. Not all of them, just enough. A girl who got pregnant and nearly died after a forced abortion. One whose boyfriend found out and almost stabbed her. I could ruin you, Mrs. Austin said softly. One call, one story, and your father will know exactly what his hospital bill cost. Precious sobbed, promised, swore. She would end it today. Mrs. Austin nodded, satisfied. This is your only mercy. That night, Precious blocked Austin everywhere. She changed her routes, stopped answering unknown numbers. For 2 weeks, she held her ground. Then the hospital called. Her father had taken a turn for the worse. More tests, more bills. Precious sat on her bed, staring at the wall as her mother cried into the phone. She unblocked Austin. He called immediately. Why did you disappear? He asked gently. My dad, she whispered. He's worse. I need help. He sighed. You know I'll always help you. Book our usual place. That night, something inside her went quiet. She lay there counting not moments, but how many times she would have to do this to keep her father alive. She didn't know Mrs. Austin's mercy had an expiry date. 3 days later, while Precious was working at the printing shop, 2 men walked in. Are you Precious N? One asked. Her heart stopped. Yes. You are under arrest. Precious didn't understand the words at first. You are under arrest for cyber harassment and extortion. That sounded like something meant for other people. At the station, they showed her printouts, messages she had never sent, threats to expose Austin if he didn't keep paying, bank details attached to her name, but not her accounts. Precious screamed, denied, explained, no one listened. This wasn't confusion. Screenshots, bank statements, all fabricated carefully to tell one story. A desperate girl traps a generous married man. Austin arrived later that day. He didn't look at her. His wife stood beside him, face smooth, eyes empty. She has been harassing my family, Austin told the officers calmly. I helped her when her father was sick. She turned it into blackmail. Precious screamed, explained, begged. By evening, the story had already escaped the station. Slay Queen caught blackmailing married man. Her photo, her department, her school. Her father saw it on a hospital bed. Her mother called once. Is it true? She asked, voice broken. By the time the charges were eventually dropped, the damage had finished its work. The Polytechnic asked her to step aside for a session, a polite way of saying, "Don't come back." Her father survived the sickness. When she visited the village, he thanked her for saving his life. He never asked where the money came from. In the city, people whispered when she passed. Boys laughed. Girls used her name as warning. Precious deleted her social media, changed her number, moved to another town. She found work at a small printing kiosk where no one knew her story. At night, she sometimes thought of that first restaurant, the soft lights, the ring she pretended not to see, the lie she told herself, "I'm not that kind of girl. This is different." No one teaches you that desperation doesn't ask where you are before it arrives. And so married men don't just break your heart, they rearrange your entire life and walk away untouched. Precious saved her father's life, but the cost was her name.